Yeah, good morning, everybody. So today we are going to show you the new report designer. So we have worked on it for a couple of last months. So we did a few changes in how we need to prepare reports in SDC Verifier. So, and today I would like to show you how you need to work with new report designer. So we will have today a couple of topics to discuss, which is basically different from previous report designer. You can stop me and ask questions during the presentation. So let's have a conversation, not only live demonstration from my side. So questions are welcome. So today we are going to cover a few topics. So we have changed report designer. We added a new menu, and the most important option is multi-select. And we get rid of the toolbox. So all the commands from toolbox in previous report are now in the menu. Then we redid the logic how you apply from context menu the changes to the items in the report. Then we change report structure for results, and you have now two options: overloads and over selections. And in the end, I would like to show you copy to loads command, which replaced the copy to structure command in previous designer. So first of all, this is I made a few PowerPoint slides to show you the old designer and the differences, and all new stuff I will show in live demo. So, but as you remember, in old report designer, we had this toolbox, and it looked like this. We have a small menu, a few buttons. Now we have a menu with sections. So basically, all the toolbox was transformed into menu with 5 tabs. And we will see that later in action. And the next thing why we decided to change our report designer was that the previous designer was supported only selection of one item, and the menu was huge. So we constantly adding new commands by request of customers and for our own needs. And now we have a multi-select options, and menu for applying changes become smaller and we think better. So, and I would like to go immediately to the report and show you. So now when you create a new report, we will start with empty. So this is our menu. So first I would like to start that we have a couple of sections, and on the first section we have the standard commands like saving, report, exporting, generation, and all the settings. Important commands here are report structure, which we will cover a bit later, and you have also some commands for layout and creating components. The most important commands from Toolbox are now here in insert, results, and post-processing. So in insert section, you have standard options for model description and some additional items. On the results, you have a possibility to create all the tables, plots, and standard results, post-processing items, and on the import sections, you can import results from your job, standard, and also from other reports. This is new feature. Also, that I will show you later. So this is the menu is replacement for the toolbox. Now you can see that we don't have anymore a toolbox. We have here property grid. Structure of the report is here, so it's bigger. And here is the property grid. So now I want to show you what is different from the so it is added in my structure. So you can select few items, and what is different from the previous report, then when you apply something, before it was applied to all the items which are below to its children, but now it is applied only in that menu, apply to select, to the items which are selected. So basically, if I do like this, I will apply only to materials, properties, and components, not to the items which are their childs. So if you want to do, For children, you have to select them. So we did in our menu, select items, the command which helps you to select items quicker. So for example, if I want to select everything in the menu of my FEM model description, I go to select all, and there are two options, which is important to understand: all levels and direct sub items. All levels, I will show you how that works. That means that it selects all the items which belongs to full model description. And now let's see the difference for second command. If I make select items, direct sub items, all, it selects me only the items which are on the first level. So if you need to select anything which belongs only to this item, not in deep, you use command direct sub items. And also how that works, for example, we have also two more options. If you want to select through the menu, you can say directly some items enable and disable. If I want to select only disable items and do something with them through the context menu, so I have a possibility to do via context menu. You can do manual selection with control and shift items, but select menu should help you to do quick selection if you want to do all items for a couple of, for example, if I want to do only materials properties, I select them and I say all levels, all, and it shows me all the items. So if I want now, we go back to the command, which is apply to selected. This menu is also transformed a lot, and it now depends on what you select in the tree. So if I select, for example, to property description, I see one list of the items. So if I select something else, the commands list of the command changes. And very important also moment I want to point out, then for example, in our property description, we have a couple of views to generate. So you can choose a couple of views. If I choose two properties, they both have multiple views. If I use command views, I can apply to them few views. So let's see that. So you can see I applied 3 views. But if I select also the plot which supports only one view, so I cannot set 3 views. So if I select 3 of them, if I go to apply selected views, it limits my selection to only one view. This is important to understand that the menu is contextual. If you choose items, for example, a plot which has 1 views, you will be able to change everything only for 1 view. So this property description is changed, but you cannot apply multiple. So this is valid for views, selections, and loads. Later, maybe I will make one more example with the tables, flow tables, and a simple table to show again the difference, because this is important how that works. That you are not confused if you run something from this apply to menu, why you don't see any command or why it is different. So it works based on what you selected in the tree. So this is about how you do selection and how you apply. To summarize, you apply to selected items. In previous report, you had applied to all the items which belongs to that, and we have a lot of different commands to make the difference. Now the logic is straight. What you selected, to that items you apply the command, and you have some tools in select items which helps you to make selection faster. And we plan to expand with some smart commands to add even what selection, or we would like to hear a feedback from users what they need, and then we will expand select items command in a future version. The next big difference in results. Before in SDC we had job results separately and standard results in separate chapters. So we think that was not handy. So we decided to combine all results into one structure. So now you can see that I have standard plot under the individual load, and it is done automatically. In a moment, I will show you how that works. This is also the big change in the report designer, that You have report structure, which is automatically sort your results per loads or per selections. So before it was splitted, now it's combined. And also we also decided to move all the description information about jobs and standards in appendix, so that you don't have description of your classification together with the results. So let's see some that in action, because I think that's interesting. You go to results, and now when you create something, let's create a couple of tables. For example, I want to have stress tables for. Now you choose loads. This is also different from the previous report. Previous report, you have a window with a table, and now you can choose any. Let's do all individual loads from all the jobs. And when I press create, SDC automatically creates results chapter, and I have here that's my loads. Put it under correspondent load and a structure. We have here the options where you can configure how do you want to see your results, over loads or over selections, and there are a couple of options. I want to show them that you can exclude load types. This is individual loads, load sets. If I press here and press OK, my structure is updated and I don't see any more individual loads. Also, I can get rid of jobs as well. If I don't like and I want to keep all my results from all the jobs in one list, or I have one list, you can have a result. But since I have more jobs, I think I will put it back. And now what I mentioned, that standard results are combined. So let me add a plot, for example, for API standard. I will do for all individual loads. Okay. As you can see now, so the automatic chapter with a standard, so also results from standards automatically sorted per standard, are under individual load. So results are automatically sorted. When you create something, which that is different from the old wizard, it's automatically put it in the structure. And if you make a copy, for example, and put here, the load is changed automatically. So if you move items, copy them in a structure, the load is replaced automatically. Also, regarding the post-processing, if you add peak finder now, so you can add new one. Let's do peak finder, for example, and I will choose only one for the demonstration. It also treated as a result, and it also located under individual loads. So governing loads, peak finder, tool standards, everything is now under the result section. And if you remove something, the container with a standard is removed automatically. So this structure is quite automatic. If I put something, you can see that I don't have any more individual load one, because I deleted the result. So that is the change we did for results. We want that it automatically keep your results. It's easier to work with them. And if you want, for example, I want now a description. That's I mentioned that we also put a description. We have here add command, appendix. Let's add full chapter. Appendix contains a description of content of my loads. Let's generate one. So now you do not keep that with the result, but you have that in the appendix, and also all the formulas are included. So I can print some formulas here. If I don't want, I can easily exclude the full appendix with full description. So, but it's easier to add to the report, and it is in separate section. Description of your calculation scheme is in the appendix.
Okay, can I have a question regarding this?
Yeah. Sure.
So if I want to make it as it was before, or similar to as it was before, or for example, I'm preparing some kind of summary and I want to see plots for let's say groups or load sets combined together in a chapter. So am I able to create the summary chapter and add several check results together? So for example, for first, second, and third individual load in a separate chapter. How do I do
you can create, yes, you want to do, let's do summary, let's show it immediately, and You can go if you want. You can copy. Let's do, for example, those 3 sections. You can copy and paste. So basically, you can copy any result with multi-select with all the subchilds.
And if I don't want to have stresses there, only check results, I can also select those results.
Yeah,
even
you can
select and just copy paste.
You can also, we can show new feature. But let me remove this one. We don't need, and we can filter results, stress. For example, you have all stress tables if you don't want.
Oh, nice.
And also you can show parent. They are gray in the summary. So if you don't want, you can do like this and remove. And then you get rid of your, so this is filter. For now, it's only text. But we plan also to give some options. Choose tables, plots from some standard with the certain view or certain selection that it's easier for you. With the view, it's actually possible, or selection, because you can write all entities, and everything which contain text, all entities is shown. Or so you basically can do some filtering here, and easier to make it also.
How did you run this filter? Just
you type text and it starts to
it's
work.
on a post-processing tab.
No, it's in the structure.
So if you select, if you have a home tab,
no, that's not
selected. It's everywhere. Okay, I have
it's
it.
everywhere. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah,
I have a question also.
Yeah, sorry.
I have also question one about the peak finder. You said you can directly create the table of the peak finder in the report designer.
Yeah.
Is it going to be based on the previously created or set up settings for the in the main menu, I mean, or you can do that directly here?
You have 2 options. I think you have you can choose on a previously created peak finder, and you create tables for that, or you can import them existing ones from the project. So same for governing nodes, or create governing node. I think you can create completely new one with peak finder. You use from the project.
So in the report designer, for now, it's not possible to create them.
Yeah, we think, yeah, that's you have to prepare it, I think, in the project, and here you create only results mostly. Governing nodes is results on its own. That's why it's possible to add finder. So we can extend that if necessary, but that's available from the project right now.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Okay. Copy. I think. Yeah. Let's see. Let's remove all these results, and I will show you, because I want to show you also. Let's create results. Stress, and I want to do that for material, for 2 materials, because I want to show you different. Okay. Select. Let it be all of sets. So I have a structure now, and I have 2 results over the materials. And if I go to home and report structure, I want to go over selections. Press OK. And now, as you can see, my results are also sorted automatically, but now the main container is material. And if you also copy something, this is, you can see material 2. If I copy that here, it changes the load and it changes a material. So those containers work, that it replaces my structure, and you can use also same options if you don't want to see the jobs and types. You can remove them. Let's make it easier. But you have a selection on top. So I have my results for material 1, material 2, and I have them over loads. So they are sorted. So, and if you move something in that structure, works same as for loads, it changes. Also, copy commands. We have 2 commands. Let's swap to loads chapter back. So there are 2 commands how to copy. In previous report, we had the command which was copy structure, paste structure. Now we call it copy to loads. And if you select single load, let's also add a couple of additional items. Text, for example. And I want to copy complete chapter, but for a few more loads. Let it be for individual loads 1 to 3. So it will make a copy of this chapter, of that load, with all its sub-items, and copy to those 3 loads. This is like a copy-paste structure, but it is called a bit different. You see? So if you make any structure with sub-chapters, I'll show you maybe that as well. User chapter, maybe summary. If I put something there. So if I want to copy full container, so because I want to keep my I prepare one load and its structure, and then I want to multiply it to more. Then you can see it makes a copy with the full structure. The only thing, it changes loads everywhere. So if you want to do something customized in your results, you can prepare under one individual load the results how you want it, move it, and then use copy to loads command full container. If you want to have specific results copied to other loads, you simply select them from different loads, and you also have copy to loads result items. So selected tables or plots will be copied. For example, I want to job 3. Let it be load group and load set. And in the end, it created for that load group from job 3 all results I have selected. So you have 2 options how to multiply your results, or a full container when single load is selected, or you choose any results and you copy them to any amount of loads. So you multiply them, and it's automatic will be sorted in a structure.
Okay, one more thing.
Yeah.
So you showed us how to sort the results. So by default, it's sorted by loads, but it's also possible to sort by materials or by properties,
Selection,
probably,
groups,
and so on.
Yeah, any group, any selections.
And can you have it combined? So half of your report, you have it. So at the same time, you have it sorted by loads, and then at the bottom in the summary, you have another part which is sorted by selections or something.
If you use over selections, it also sorts over loads. So, but you cannot to have it automatic. You cannot have it combined, because then program cannot decide where to put it. Because if you create a table with individual load 1, it should go to container individual load 1 or its selection. So cannot
that
be
could
mixed.
Be frustrating. Okay, good.
Yeah, but if we go over loads, over selections, it has loads on it, and also we are working on improvements that you can also add. We are going to add an option where you have also sort for me by selections in this structure. And if you make your summary and then you add material 1, material 2, that it will automatically find your selections in your structure and put it there. But this is for future versions, it's not for now. So we first want to get the feedback from users, what is missing, what is required to speed up, and then we will do some improvements.
Can we drag the items in report structure?
Yes, you can. And if you cannot put it, you have here you have a line. If you can put it, let me. I need to practice a bit more on it. But if you can put it on a container, so it inserts. So if I put 1 or more, it changes. If you cannot, because you cannot insert items under a preface, you have to do that between 2 items.
Yeah, and you probably cannot move the item from load 1. What will happen if you move a stress table from load set 1 to load set 2?
It will change the load. So if you change here under the results, it works automatically. Yes, and if you copy that outside, that is fine. So you can put it here. That the magic
remains
happens
the same load
under results. So you cannot change it. If you want to, if you add something through the results or post processing, it goes automatically under results. We sort it, and if something is missing for you during the project, better to give a feedback that we add a bit more options, because for now it's only a couple of them. But I think that will be expanded to cover more needs and more structuring, because we want to keep it automatic. Because comparing to previous report, I don't know if you remember, to add plot for the check, you had to select that check and you have to have it in the structure. And now it's not necessary. You go to results, you go to check plots, and you have a list of all the standards in your project. And you only select and you create what you want, plots, tables. You press OK, and it goes to your structure. So here, check results also change it in this report. So you create tables. You create a lot of them for everything you have in your project. You don't have to add them in your structure. That's also the change. I think that's beneficial, because previously you have to have this structure. You have to put checks. Now checks are missing. If I don't know if you noticed, let's create some results for standards again. That extra check. Let's make a table. All individual loads. Oh, yes. So it puts automatically under the standard chapter. Checks are not there, so it makes the structure easier. Yeah, much better in my opinion. So
Arko, I have one more question. If your container is based on the material and you have the one main material, and if you want to create table, it's going to be based on this material. If I want to add a sub item, for example, it's based on the component which is a part of this material. If I will create a table, will it be automatically adapted to this component, or you still need to do that manually?
Do not completely understood what you're trying to do.
You have one container which is based on the material.
Yeah, let's do that. Maybe let's do that. Okay, you want to have which table? Component, simple table, yeah, extreme table?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, let's first change structure to selections. Yeah, you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
One main chapter which is based on the material. Then I want to create two tables, for example, stress or displacement, but for now it's one is good enough.
Okay, I will do two components, for example, and we do stress, only stress. Let's make only one load for quick. Okay, so you have material one component two. So you cannot put one component under another component, if that is your question, because when you move something under the component, it changes the selection. So that is I
thought maybe it can be one by one. For example, if you have the main component, which is material, I have two tables under it, and it's related only to this material. And then I add component, which is actually a part of this material. And then I can add some tables which are going to be only related to this component. Then I can do that also automatically. It's kind of
that's something for future. I think we started to work on it. But, let me go back to, I think, this structure overloads. I think what you are trying to add now, you want to create your, you need to, I think that will be solved like this. You create a user chapter main component, yeah? And then you will create table with material 1 and material and component 3. So SDC should automatically create for you when you create material 1. For now, I will make a material 1. In the future, that should be automatically and put like that. But this one, you create not a component, but you create user chapter. So you will create a couple of them, because there is a problem if you create one component under another component, because if you put something under a component and change the selection, that is a bit, there's a logical problem. So our idea,
and it's also more readable for me, I think.
Yeah, and you create main component, I think you can, and later you create those component 3 and 4 here, and SDC should automatically. We are working on that right now, but that will be ready for an update for SDC. And what changes I want to show you for the results as well. Also, these component tables, if they have one selection, for example, what I have loads. No, I will show you with loads, flow tables. If you create a table with, for example, loads only from one job, it also it's stored in a summary under that job. But if I will change that, for example, I will add all individual votes from all the jobs and press OK. So it is changed to summary chapter, but of the result, because it contains votes from different jobs, not only one. That's clear?
I got it. Yeah.
That's clear. And also, one more thing what I wanted to show you regarding the creation of tables. Let me prepare a few
The same will happen with tables, or it will just add, it will just create 3 jobs automatically and then put it under each job.
If you create, this is for flow table, it goes for summary under the job or outside if it has more votes. Same for selections. If you have single selection, it goes under selection or into the summary. But I wanted to show you same for I think for a component. Never mind. I wanted to show you another thing, that's when you select here a couple of votes and you go to the results and press expand extreme, they are here automatically. So that it gets your structure, what you have selected. So if you want to add something for job 1 as well, click on job 1 and press add a table. And the only thing it's added only the votes which you have in your report, not more, not the full job. But so if you select something here, individual votes, all votes you have here, or job 1, maybe I need to create more for vote sets. Oops. I always forget this selection. Okay, so if I click here on select and I want to add something here, they are put it there in the structure. So you can use this as a selection if you want quickly make a selection, also work in that direction.
Wow.
This is also new stuff. So yeah, it's not obvious, I think so. So I wanted to share.
So you selected the load sets and just press on any table, and it automatically uses this selection for creating.
Yeah, and also for plots, it puts what is.
If you select several selections, it's also there if you want to.
For selections, not. It's only for votes. It's only for votes. But yeah, maybe good idea to put that as well. Also, now it's about importing, I think, because before we did that through via Toolbox, and if you use import, you press job, and now it looks like a tree, and it shows you where I have some table. I have a table for video vote 2 created, so I can select a job 1, and everything from job 1 will be imported. It shows me in a structure what I have. I have some modes table, I have table profile, reaction forces, so I can choose job 1 and this table. I press OK, and you can see this is 7 votes from job 3 was imported into summary, and rest results from individual vote, I think I had somewhere, this result was imported here. So you can import results from job and standards. Same idea, you see standards and it shows you what tables you have. You can select the full standard or this standard, and it's automatically take all the votes I have and put in your structure automatically as well. So you can see this was over all vote groups, so it is under the summary. New feature what we have added, external report items. I have only one report, it is here. So this is all report designer you have in your projects you can add. So for example, this one, that one, I want to add, and they are added into selected. Maybe I will create new item to show that better. User chapter. Also, you can use context menu, or you can use this menu for adding basically everything which is here except results. Results are not a context menu, because if you use something in a context menu, it is added under this, and results are sorted automatically, so it's not in context menu. Not to confuse users, because we do not want to say add tables and they are not here but there. So results post-processing are only here and they are added under the result. But I wanted to show you import from, so I select the chapter and I go to import, and I have only one report model set up. So, and I can choose full report, okay? and full report is imported here. So if you want to combine a couple of reports you have created before, now you can easily import items from previous report to generate.
And I can choose separately only one item or
yes.
sub-item.
Yes,
Cool.
you can do only.
And also one question, if I do changes in the model setup report and then I go back to the report design it, is it already changed or?
No, here you only import, so you copy them. It's not linked because here you can change the properties, so that's only copying.
Makes sense.
Also, you have here Word report, and for ANSYS, we have another button to include ANSYS project items, so you also will see them in a tree. Okay, so that's probably that's all I wanted to show. Import, post-processing, insert, yes, home. You can move items, but you can move couple of items. So that's you have two buttons here, and also you can use Control up button. But when you move them, it will rearrange everything. But if you select first item in the list, this button is not available anymore. So it moves when it can move, only when you do not select first item in your list. So you can move even items from different, but it's important that it's not first in the list anywhere in any list. So if I choose, let's hide this. If I choose first job, I cannot move up because he's first in the list. If I choose second, I can move them. So you have two buttons to move your structure. Labs and yeah.
But you can still move it out of the chapter.
No, if you want to move it, it moves only in the list. We decided if you want to move it out, you simply put it like that.
Yeah, you can drag it. I mean.
Yeah. So that's we decided not to make a button to move outside, so it moves only in the list. So if I have it up, you can move couple of items, but it's important that if you move it.
Yeah, but I mean this Euro code, for example, this part you now selected, you can drag it down below the test.
Yeah.
Out of results.
Yes, but you need to catch this like this. Also, it goes under. I think. Yes. Whoop. Whoop. I cannot. You can. You. It's always catch it a bit. Outside can be a bit hard. But you need to. Yeah, we need to.
You can create a chapter and drag it into other chapter.
Yeah, chapter it's easier because it has more space. It's easier to match. In those lines in between, a bit harder, but possible. We will see that if that will give some annoyance for users, we will see how to improve that. Also, what you have here now, this one is simple, but you have that before on the right bottom corner that you can have two pages, or you have this scroll. But one page is you can move everything here as well if you want, so you can hide messages. So basically, the rest is the same, structure is the same. That's the couple of changes to summarize. We have now multi-select results together from standards and job results. They are sorted automatically by rules. So now you add them through the windows. You choose loads there, and they are sorted automatically in the structure. You have a couple of options how it should be sorted, and it will be expanded, and the part of the description of the report is in the appendix, and you need to add it here. So here you have a description of your characteristic constants separated from the results. Also, we
how you added this appendix?
You have add chapter in here, or you have insert command in here. Now in insert you have model setup here. So basically,
right click and
that's very similar to this menu. The only thing, there are some additional stuff like model quality tools only here, and I think appendix also only here in a context menu. So you can do that. Add in.
Small question on this search row, show parents. Does it find custom names or kind of this?
custom names. What do you mean about custom name?
If I create the chapter and I use my own name instead of the standard one, does it find this?
Yeah, wait, let me test. Okay. Stress. Okay, because that is it also works if you write. Let me, because it's not simply the full text. If I, for example, write first and I think page, let's try it. And page, it also looks for that if I have F letter and page with some spaces.
So it shows only this chapter.
Yeah. So
I think it should search directly by complete word, not by separate letter.
This is quite handy because this search is if you want to type something, maybe it can be an option, but first page, if I do like this, FP, so it also finds you need to use only 2 letters, fabrication type, for example, to find something. This is, I would say, this is very handy. You simply didn't get used to that feature, but later you will say thank you.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's it. I don't know if you have additional questions regarding the report, or you need to try it first, and we will arrange another session in a week or two in a real project, I think.
Yeah, questions appear when you use it.
Yeah, so thanks Oleg and Roman to be active during the and asking questions. So thank you all for your attention, and use the report and send your improvements.
Thanks for the
Thank
presentation.
you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.